They say if you plant them, they will come.
My son drew this picture of a pumpkin for me because in this field, I'm going to plant 1,000 pumpkin seeds with the goal of generating $10,000 in gross revenue by selling them at our roadside stand. My name is Nathan, and I invite you to follow along on this series that I'm going to call Pumpkins for Profit, where I share everything from seed to harvest, what went well, what didn't go well, what I learned, and how much money it costs to do, and how much profit I made along the way. Let's get to planting those pumpkin seeds. One little side note to get out of the way before we get onto those pumpkins. If you're new to the channel and you love anything and all things farming, click that subscribe button below. We upload fresh content often. And yeah, you'll follow along in our journey of revitalizing our farm and preventing it from becoming a subdivision. So what did we do to get ready? Well, we had our neighbor from across the street who has equipment come and rototill this for us. We paid him $150 to rototill this field and another 1 acre field that I have a different project planned for. And I bought him 10 gallons of diesel fuel. So all in all, that was about $190. So I'm going to say that it cost about $100 to till this field. So we're $100 in. Then I bought 5 yards of compost, which is right here. That will come into play here in a little bit. I'll explain why. That compost was $200 with our delivery fee. Then you can't have pumpkins without pumpkin seeds. I ordered 1,500 actual seeds just in case something happened or some don't sprout to get to that 1,000 number. About 1,500 seeds. That was $230 with shipping. So all in all, that is where I'm at so far in the investment. First thing that we're going to do after we till it, obviously, is start doing our pumpkin seed mounds. All right, so let's talk about the mounds a little bit. So what I ended up using was actually 2 1-gallon buckets because I didn't have a 2-gallon bucket, and I just mounded it up and then patted the mound tight. And then I'm taking my finger, putting 3 holes, and I'm planting a pumpkin seed about 1 inch down. And then once they've come up, I'll thin 1 or 2 of them by cutting them as to not disturb the roots of the other, and we'll let them grow. The reasons behind the pile or the mound. First is drainage. The mound is up a little bit higher, so if there is standing water in here, it gives it a chance to be above that standing water. 2 is right now it's unseasonably cold. Like we were really warm and now we're back into like high 50s, low 40s at night. This stuff is nice and warm from the sun. It's warmer than the ground here, and that will help aid in quicker germination of the pumpkin seeds. It also helps with different kinds of pests, and the soil is really made for, because we're at blueberries. This mound right here will provide some initial nutrients. As the rain goes, it will keep feeding, and then, yeah, it just kind of gives it a jump start on top of the other composting and fertilizing that we will do. So that's the reason behind the mound. So I've been able to get roughly half of this 0.8 acre field done with the mounds. And for spacing, between mound to mound, I did 6 feet. So for me, that's about 2 paces. And then between rows, I did 9 feet. Now, where I screwed up already, and I'm going to save you that headache, is look at the vine length. Most small to medium length vine pumpkins, they're going to be able to do okay within this 9 feet distance. And most commercial pumpkin fields grow 9 feet also. But what I'm going to have to do is train the vines on a certain path so they're not competing with each other, and it's going to be a little more upkeep than what I anticipated. So for the other half of the field, I'm actually going to be doing 12-foot spacing between the rows and 7-foot spacing between the mounds. And that will help for some of the bigger varieties that I have that I'm planting, such as the Igor. That's a very long vine. So is the a few of the other seeds. So yeah, that's the spacing that I'm doing. And already, I hope I saved you from a mistake, because this took me hours to do, and there's no way that I'm just gonna stop and move them versus just making the distance right. If I had done a little more research ahead of time, I wouldn't have made that mistake. So as always, please give a like, a share, and subscribe. For those of you that have been around for a while, just put in the comment, like, what would you like us to grow? Have you ever grown pumpkins before? Hey, what kind of pests should I look out for? What kind of fertilizer should I use, etc. Yeah, any kind of feedback would be much appreciated. So until the next one, be safe.